Hello dear students, let us study a new lesson of Social Studies of Class 4, Lesson 12, Union Government. The name of the lesson is Union Government. When did India become independent? India became independent on 15th August 1947 from the British. Before 15th August 1947, we were under the control of British rule. India became a free from British rule after a long struggle. It was a long story. The freedom struggle with British is a long story that you will learn in the higher classes. After India became independent, our leaders realized the need of a constitution. It was necessary to frame a constitution. In the previous lesson, you have learned about constitution. What is a constitution? A constitution is a set of rules and principles according to which a country is governed or ruled. A constitution is a set of rules and principles, and it also defines the rights and duties of the citizen of India. Citizen means a member of a country. After India became independent, it was necessary to frame a constitution. So, in order to frame a constitution, our leaders formed a constituent assembly. And also, you have learned in the previous lesson that Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of the constituent assembly, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Finally, after 3 years of independence, the Constitution of India or the Indian Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950, and this day is celebrated as the Republic Day. Why do we celebrate Republic Day on 26 January? Because the Indian Constitution or the Constitution of India came into effect on 26 January 1950. So, every year we celebrate 26 January as Republic Day. We all are familiar with the word democracy. What do you mean by democracy? Democracy is a form of government of the people, by the people and for the people. Democracy is a form of government of the people, by the people and for the people. That means in a democracy, people elect their representatives. According to our constitution, India is a democratic republic. In a democratic republic, people are governed by their own elected representatives. That means people can choose their representatives. In a democratic country, people have the right to choose their representatives. Who are representatives? Representatives are people chosen to speak on behalf of a large group. Representatives are people chosen to speak on behalf of a large group. Our MLA and MP are examples for representatives. Do you know who is our MP? Our MP is Advocate Dean Kuriakose. Then can you say who is our MLA? Our MLA is Sri Roshi Augustine. Both are representatives and they are elected by the people. Representatives are elected by the people. In a democratic country, people are elected their representatives, and these elected representatives together form the government. What do you mean by government? Or what is the role of a government? A government is a group of elected representatives who are responsible for controlling or governing a state or a country. And the role of the government is to take care of the welfare and needs of the people of that country or a state. The role of the government is to take care of the needs of the people. Then we know that India is a very large country. So it is not possible for one government to look after the whole country. So to look after the welfare of the people, we have three levels of government. India has three levels of government. They are union or central government, state government and local self-government. Which are the three levels of government in India? Once again, union or central government, state government and local self-government are the three levels of government in India for look after the welfare of the people. And these three levels of government are formed in India through elections. What do you mean by election? Election is a process in which people vote to choose a person or a group of people. In the coming lessons, you will learn about state government and local self-government. Now, let us study about union government. Union government. Union government is also known as central government and or national government. And it consists of the president, the vice president, the prime minister and other ministers. The president, the vice president, the prime minister and other ministers together form the central government or union government. And they live and work in New Delhi. We know that New Delhi is the capital of India. And it looks after the welfare and safety of the whole country. The central government or the union government looks after the welfare or safety of the whole country. Who is our president? We know that Sri Ramnath Kovind is our president. Do you know the president is the head of the country? The president is the head of the Indian Union or India. And he is also the supreme commander of the armed forces such as the Army, the Navy and Air Force. Which are the three main Indian armed forces? They are Indian Army, Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. And the President of India is the supreme commander of the armed forces. Now we have studied that the President is the head of the country. And he also the supreme commander of the Indian armed forces such as the Army, the Navy and the Air Force. Next, let us see how is the President of India elected. We all are familiar with the word Parliament. Parliament has two houses. They are Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The members of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha are called members of Parliament or MP. And the members of Legislative Assembly of the states are called MLA. The President of India is elected by the members of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha and also by the members of the Legislative Assembly of the states. In other words, the President of India is not directly elected by the people. The President of India is elected by the members of the Parliament or MPs and also by the members of the Legislative Assembly of the states or MLAs. Then, do you know who is our Vice President? Sri Venkaiah Naidu. Sri Venkaiah Naidu is the Vice President of India. The Vice President carries out the duties of the President in his absence. The Vice President carries out the duties of the President in his absence. And he is elected by the two houses of the Parliament. The Vice President is elected by the members of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha or the members of the Parliament. And he is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. The Vice President is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Then can you say who is the present chairman of the Rajya Sabha? Sri Venkaiah Naidu. Then who is our Prime Minister? We all know that Sri Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. And he is the leader of the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister is the leader of the Lok Sabha and he also the leader of the central government or union government. Now we have studied that the president is the head of the country. At the same time, the prime minister is the head of the union government or central government and he is assisted by a number of ministers. The prime minister chooses several ministers to help him or her in order to govern the country. And the prime minister advises the president on all matters of international and national importance. Then just now we have studied that the parliament has two houses. Which are they? They are Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And you have learned in the third standard certain rules such as rules on road, rules in school, rules in the society, etc. Do you know rules are very important for the smooth functioning of a society or a country. And the parliament is the highest lawmaking body in our country. The parliament is the highest lawmaking body in our country. And the parliament makes laws for the whole country. For the smooth functioning of the country, we must obey the laws. The parliament, and also we have learned that the parliament has two houses. Which are they? They are Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is also known as upper house and the Lok Sabha is also called lower house. Next, let us study the two houses of the parliament one by one in detail. The first one is the Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha has 250 members. But at present, we have 245 members. At present, the Rajya Sabha has 245 members. And the maximum number of members in the Rajya Sabha is 250. And they are elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly of the states. The members of the Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the people. And they are elected by the members of the legislative assemblies of the states or MLAs. Therefore, it is also called the House of States. Why the Rajya Sabha or the upper house is also called the House of States? Because the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly. So, it is called the House of States and it is a permanent house. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years and are replaced by newly elected members. The members of the Rajya Sabha, the term of the members of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years. Now we have studied that the Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house and it is a permanent house and the members of the Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years and replaced by newly elected members. And the term of Rajya Sabha members of the Rajya Sabha are 6 years. Now we have studied about Rajya Sabha. Next, let us discuss about the Lok Sabha or the lower house. The Lok Sabha is also known as lower house. There are 545 members in the Lok Sabha. Among that, 2 are nominated by the President of India and 543 members are directly elected by the people. The maximum number of the members are 552. The maximum number of the members in the Lok Sabha are 552. At present, we have 545 members. Among that, 2 are nominated by the President and remaining 543 members are elected by the people directly. And the members elect a speaker from among themselves. The present speaker of the Lok Sabha is Om Birla. He moderates the discussions and debates in the Lok Sabha and also he maintains the discipline in the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is a more powerful house than the Rajya Sabha. Compared to Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha is the more powerful house. The term of Lok Sabha is 5 years. And the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. So, the Lok Sabha or the lower house is also known as the house of the people, because the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. At the same time, the members of the Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the people. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people through general election. In India, after every 5 years, there is a general election to elect a union government or a central government. And the first general elections in India was held in 1952. Every Indian citizen who is 18 years of age or above has the right to vote in these elections. Then there are several political parties in India. For example, BJP, CPI or Communist Party of India, Indian National Congress are some examples for in political parties in India. At the time of election, each party puts up candidates for election. And any person, the Indian citizen who has completed 25 years of age or above can be a candidate. What do you mean by candidate? Candidate is a person who stands for election. Candidate is a person who contests or stand for election. And at the time of general election, each party puts up its candidate for the election. Then on the day of election, the voters go to the nearest polling booth and vote for the candidate of his or her choice. On the day of election, voters go to the nearest polling booth and vote for the person of their choice. And they put their votes in the ballot box or record it on a voting machine. After the election, the person or the candidate who gets the highest number of votes is declared as elected. There are many candidates in the election. After the election, the candidate who gets the highest number of votes is declared as elected. And the elected person or candidate becomes the member of the parliament or MP. After the general election, a candidate elected to Lok Sabha becomes MP or member of parliament. Earlier I have said that there are several political parties in India. Among these parties, the party which gets a majority of seats in the Lok Sabha forms the government. And the leader of the majority party becomes the Prime Minister, and who is appointed by the President of India. After the election, the majority party, the leader of the majority party becomes the Prime Minister, and he is appointed by the President of India, and he rules at the center. And the Prime Minister and his cabinet or a council of ministers, the Prime Minister chooses several ministers to help him or her for governing the central government. And the Prime Minister and the cabinet or a council of ministers together govern the central government. Children, try to find out the names of central ministers with the help of your parents. Then the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest court appeal in the country. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the country. It is headed by Chief Justice of India. The head of the Supreme Court is Chief Justice, and the Supreme Court is the guardian of our Constitution. The Supreme Court is the guardian of our constitution. The Supreme Court consists of a Chief Justice and a group of judges who are appointed by the President of India. And Sharad Arvind Bobde is the current Supreme Court Chief Justice. Children, read the textbook several times. I hope you understood this lesson. Complete the notes. If you are having any doubts regarding this lesson, contact me. Thank you. See you in the next class.